And we are live. Sunday Night with Those Guys and Sunday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those guys. What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday to you. What's going on, Herman? How are you, sir?
Same old, same old. We had a nice little hangout there flying. Hey, I like this commercial you had here before the stream, you know.
Thank you very much, sir.
That was pretty nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What's up, Jody Drone Shots, Andy Cortez, Crypto Man 5000, Rob C, JDS Canuck. Who else? Andy Cortez. Thank you very much. Even we saw Geeks Vana in here and Big Matt, who says waiting patiently. SJM, how are you? Welcome.
Matt,
and Draymond, Recovery One. Thank you all for coming to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. We appreciate you all. Don't forget to click that like button on the way in so you don't have to do it on the way out.
What's going on there, Draymond?
What's good, Herman? We did have a nice meetup yesterday, right?
Yeah, we did. Nice little hangout. We did a little flying, a little talking, and sharing information. Good day.
Good point, Andy Cortez. That is a good thing about the trailer, because you can see how many people click on it and watch. It does, and it also adds to the views. Cool Bick, what's up, Ray? How are you, man? We had some fun yesterday hanging with you guys. For those of you who don't know, we had a little mini meetup yesterday, and there were a couple of new people. Me, Herman, Matt, and Cool Bick, Big Matt and Cool Bick. We have flown together over the years, but there were two additions to the meetup there. Yeah. There are actually two women, two female drone pilots.
But you know what, Lawrence? Tell them that we actually christened a brand new pilot for the first time ever taken off with a brand new drone, straight out the box with a bag from Best Buy.
She came to the meetup with a Best Buy bag. People was like, "Uh-oh." and shout out to Luna, who was there, who also joined on Those Guys.
She organized the meetup, actually.
Yeah, she did organize the meetup. She was the representative for the New York / Jersey or Northern Jersey meetup group thing that we were doing, without giving away too much information, and sounding biased. But the young lady who we christened yesterday, she brought a Mini 2, correct, Herman, right?
Yeah.
She brought a Mini 2, and Big Matt, thanks to him, she had a problem installing it on her phone, and Big Matt was like, I don't know if I would have did it, but he volunteered his nice new foldable phone that folded out like a book and let her fly, and she christened and had her maiden flight yesterday, and we appreciate you, Big Matt, for that, because that's what we do here. We help people get it going. She was new to flying. What's her name? Chantel?
Yes, that was her name.
Chantel. So we broke in a new pilot yesterday at the meetup, and we got to meet two female pilots too, as well. So it was fun. Huh?
She was one of them.
Yeah, she was one, and Luna was the other one.
Yes.
So out the box, surprised me when she took off. When we were at the first spot at Valentino Pier, she says, "Well, if we're going, hey, Chris, if we're going to another spot, I just want to get a few shots." And I was like, "All right, cool." And I saw her put the drone down on the floor, but she just did that to hook up her hotspot, because then she picked it up, and all day she hand launched and hand caught her drone. And I was like, there's some men I know that don't even hand catch and take off and land like that. But it was fun. Quick poll: Billy Kyle can't fly for toffee. 1, yes. 2, no. He's a good pilot. I'd say 1, yes. I would put 1 in the chat and say yes to that. But all in all, it was a good meetup and productive.
You know, it's funny you say that about her hand catching.
Chantel is a box of fun, Draymond. Yes.
And he, oh, he knows her.
Yeah, I guess I'm guessing so.
Well, no, you know, it's
Great,
funny.
great person. What were you saying?
She commented on one of my videos,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't understand what she meant by that. Then she commented again,
Mm-hmm.
another way, and so I started speaking to her that way, and I told her about this meetup. She told me that she would come. So when we got to the meetup, I didn't see her there, and I hit her on the message. She said she was on her way in an Uber. Now,
Right.
okay, she lives not too far or whatever. She's coming with in the Uber.
Draymond says he did a Zoom meet for her class.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You
I,
remember she
well,
asked
I've
us, would we
seen.
mind? She asked, would we mind coming, doing a Zoom with her?
Well, yeah, but I did see one of her little shorts where she did was talking about teaching coding and stuff like that. And she was downtown by the bridge.
Mm-hmm. In Dumbo, yes. In Dumbo, Brooklyn, yes.
Oh yeah, you thought she was loud when you saw. Well, anyhow, but anyhow, she's a lot of fun. But
We love her, Luna, and
she
everybody else who
comes
came.
out
Big Matt,
comes
Ray.
out with this Best Buy bag. I thought she had already had a drone. I was like, straight
Yeah,
from Best Buy.
yeah, straight from Best Buy to the
That's
meetup. What better
serious.
way to learn how to fly a drone out the box than to take it to a meetup? They updated, they charged. Big Matt had a power bank, so he let her charge her controller and the drone a little bit. And for some reason her phone would not download the DJI app. So I told her to try and do it at home, but um it was Big Matt that got her in the air, which was fun, which was really fun watching. Everybody was standing around with their cameras waiting for her to take off and doing a little vlog. She had a tello that she crashed. Well, she got the tello back, or the tello's fixed or whatever, and now she's the proud owner of a DJI Mini 2. So congratulations, Chantel, on your purchase of your DJI drone, the Mini 2
Yeah,
owner,
she crashed.
and your first flight with those guys yesterday.
She crashed the Tello.
That's what drone recovery says. How can you crash a Tello, Andy Corset says? It's possible. How
Well,
can you crash?
I
How can
actually
you
did
crash a
crash my Tello
self-driving
too
car?
because you know the telemetry on it is not that great. And I tried to go through you know, you've been here, Lawrence, how you can go around and
Oh,
it
it
don't have
didn't happen, huh? It
no,
didn't happen. So you were trying to fly from the living room to like
yeah,
the hallway into the kitchen and back into the living room again.
yeah.
Okay, I got you. Hey, Chris, what's up, man? Happy Sunday to everyone. But we had a ball yesterday. Um, oh my God. For some reason, when you're flying, time goes so fast. But because we were waiting for the sundown, like this picture behind me,
Mhm.
time just started going backwards. Because after Ray and Matt left, I'm like, damn, it keeps saying we got an hour. Look, it just kept looked like time was that hour was not moving anywhere. But it was a long day. We had been out for a while. We had been there since what, 2? We got there about 2 o'clock to the
Yeah,
meetup.
yeah.
And
And the meetup lasted all day.
it's yeah. We went to 2 spots and the meetup did last all freaking day. You're right. From 2 o'clock until what? We left at about 8:20, 8:15,
Mhm.
as the sun was just starting to go down, as the sky was just starting to turn orange, like this picture behind me. Which, by the way, Herman, I'd like to thank you because I've been trying to shoot twilight with no filter, and this is one of my better pictures I've gotten without a filter. Droning is like gaming, wormholes, mate. You have a valid point. But it actually drizzled on us. It was drizzled while we were driving to the second spot. It started raining at the first spot. When we got to the second spot, the rain had just stopped, was just letting up. So timing worked out good. Everything was pretty decent, I'd say, Herman. I had fun yesterday. What about you?
It was pretty good. I mean, I didn't. It wasn't.
Hey, Rob.
It wasn't anything negative. You know, it was. There's a lot of things that was a first yesterday. Like this is the first time I ever ordered pizza to the damn park. I mean,
Yeah,
I've never done
you
that
know,
before.
Uber Eats and Uber and whoever delivered it, the pizza
No,
was good
directly from
too.
the
Because
restaurant, directly from the restaurant. The guy from the restaurant delivered straight to the. You know,
that was one of the delivery drivers, right? Because
yeah,
Ray,
no
because
one to.
Nick, he knows all of
Yeah,
them around there.
but
On top
it
of it,
was
the pizza was hot.
it was a
The
great day.
pizza was
I
good.
mean, it was a great day. We decided to move from that first location. That was the best thing because really the only thing in that area was the Statue of Liberty. And with us, especially, now that we know, especially hindsight, we have a pilot that
Marco's
never
Pizza,
flew a drone before, so it
Mark's. Right,
was best to move to another location, a park or something like that. But
right. Some place.
area was good. She was able to do her
Hi,
thing
genies.
and get her drone off the ground. And we had a lot of fun. We got a lot of good shots. It was a good location, a good backdrop. You see what you got behind you.
Yeah,
That view
yeah.
was good all day.
Yes, yes. I agree. I agree. I did have fun, but I know one thing. I was when you left, when you dropped me off at the train station, the travel gods were with me. As soon as I swipe my card, my Metro card, they have the schedule right there, train coming in 1 minute, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. I looked up, it said 1 minute. I got down the platform to the middle of the platform where I usually go, and the train pulled into the station, dude.
Really.
I was at Euclid Avenue
Mhm.
getting ready to come up from underground, probably in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I got home easy. And remember, I was saying, wow, the store be closed. I won't be able to get any beer to have any beer while I look at the footage. I went to the other store. I went to the store I did not want to go to. Unfortunately, for some reason,
They had cold there.
it was cold.
Okay.
In a refrigerator that blows hot air most of the time, it was cold. I was like, oh my goodness, I caught the train. I got two cold beers. Let me go home and look at this footage. And that made my night. That ended the night perfectly like that. What's up, Harley? How are you, man? Hope all is well.
Harley, what's good, man?
But I have to say, Mark's Pizza, I don't know where the hell that spot is, but if you ever in Red Hook, get some pizza from that joint. It was good. I would like to try out a couple of their specialty slices now because they use real cheese. It's important. And coming from New York, Herman, come on, you can't buy pizza everywhere.
You gotta have real cheese. You gotta have real cheese.
Yes, yes, yes. And that makes a difference. Real cheese, and you could tell they have their own little custom sauce. And that's why I think it's good because you remember we were in Atlantic City.
No, stop.
Listen, everyone, I'm going to tell you this real brief.
Stop. Can I finish my
Has
story?
anyone, let me ask them this question, Herman. Has anyone in the chat, and I'm looking in the camera, has anyone in the chat ever in their life walked into a pizza joint, saw pizzas on in behind the glass and people eating pizza and didn't smell pizza? Because that's what we experienced in Atlantic City. Am I lying, Herman? We were hungry and we said, let's go get some pizza. And we saw, oh, there's people inside eating. There's pizza. And we from the door to the counter, we did not smell pizza. People were sitting there talking and chewing and eating. And hey, Asgard Studios, put it this way:
You
Herman and I looked at the pizza on the rack on behind the glass, looked at each other and said, "Let's go."
Because it was cold and numb sitting there.
When
Like
it,
we had made it a while ago.
when the cheese looks gelatinous and like it's been sitting there for a couple of hours, and they're serving this stuff, we did not smell any pizza, man.
Well,
Good evening, Fly Guy Merrill.
but as I was saying before, I got to meet two new pilots that I've never met before. You know, and it's two women, and now when it says like you were talking, like we always with Big Mac and Ray, we always say, "Yo, you flying."
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad that just yesterday, hey Gary, what's up? Yesterday everything turned out well. Welcome to Sunday nights with those guys. We have a decent stream tonight. Lawrence, today my wife had me order 2 pizza pies that I had to meet the guy at the secret location in Amityville, Long Island. I felt like I was making a major drug buy. What kind of pizza y'all had to buy where you had to go out your house? Oh, Herman, only in Long Island.
Not getting involved in that. I don't know what kind of
Yeah, Rob, the less we know, the less we have to lie about. I don't know what was happening with that. His second job was a pizza maker at Pizza Hut. I always gave extra toppings for pretty girls. That'll explain like people like me didn't get shit on theirs, right? Big Matt, Phantom. So how do you think that filter was? Any good? He wants you to give your review on that. You can do that because we're killing time anyway.
Well, you know what, Big Mac, I want to shoot some video with it, but I would like to play around with it a little bit more. I only shot those pictures, but what I noticed with moving into position to take those shots, it just kept giving that same burst of blue laser across, and when you go in to edit, it's still there, just enhances the color or whatever. But I don't know, there's a lot of things that you could probably do with it in another software, but I don't know. It's nice. I like it. I want to try it out in video, and I can work with some of the filters.
Hey, Russell.
Lens, and then I would like to compare their wide angle, with, DJI's wide angle. So I just took a couple of pictures with that lens. So I can't really say much about it, but it does give you some nice blues, and wherever light reflects,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it gives you some nice changes in blues and purples, and some funky things with some greens. You'll see it. I mean, I didn't. If you can start playing with it, you'll start seeing what I'm talking about. But I'd love to see it in video.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do with that lens. Drone Worship, what's good, Goonie Squad? How are you, man? Hope all is well.
What's up, man?
Dan, I see Dan having fun down there in Florida. Got his new bike. Happy belated birthday gift to himself. Why is it yellow? Why is it yellow? Is that the color of the lens?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying to you. That some of the colors that it produces on it, when you start playing with the tints of it in editing, it starts bringing out other, those type of weird colors in it. But that had a lot of sun reflecting off the building.
Well, I know this was one of my first times I attempted trying to take a picture without filter. And there is no real in between for me. It's either the picture's warm or the picture's cool. Like this picture's warm, obviously, to pull out colors. But I would like to see what you can do with that lens in certain conditions.
There's 101 different things that could be done. I was just playing around with it, and like I said, that tone, when you start playing with the temperature of the shot, because there's so much sun coming up off the top, if you see the building in the back, there's a reflection of the sun. The sun is hitting that building, and it,
Right.
I don't know why, but it just has that one burst, that beam was from the lens.
I thought that that was strange also because I had noticed it going across, but I said maybe that's some kind of effect. I don't know what happened. 5:18 p.m. I see it here, but hold on. Go ahead. I'm still listening to you. I'm trying to copy something and see if I can.
It's probably still on. Oh, it's still on.
Okay, paste. Let's see what this is. Oh, for those of you wondering what I'm looking at,
Right.
um, Andy Cortez, I keep joking with him, asking when is he on going off? Is he on tour? Because if you follow his journeys, oh, there we go.
You see how it has, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but
I
I
see a blue line going down
right.
vertically.
But if you look at it real good, you see there's lines all the way across.
Right, they all seem
Right.
on what I'm seeing here, with you holding it like that, or a lot of lines going vertically.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a bunch of different weird ass colors in there.
It's like the glass is twisted or polished on different angles.
Kind of looks that way.
Okay, all right. So I did, that is right. But what I was saying was I was looking, I'd be joking around with Andy Cortez because he jokes about how he's on tour and traveling the circuit. So I I enjoy his videos and his flights. So he just sent a little clip I'm going to show a little bit of, but this is where he is now traveling through.
Ooh.
And I want to say one thing, this castle right here, I mean, this tower right there would be the great vantage point to fly from. Look at everything around. Look at this entire area. There's nothing around for miles higher than this tower, except that weather vane prop right there. Wind turbine. There it is.
You want to fly from the top of this castle.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
flying.
Yeah. That would be hot. Look at the closest thing is a wind turbine.
Okay.
But if you want to see the rest of it, you got to go to Andy Cortez's channel and watch it.
But I'm saying, like, what is it that you wanna
Fly
see?
from there? Well, a little FPV. I could really do some surfing, some land surfing. I can't say mountain surfing because there were no mountains, but I could really do some cruising around there. Oh, you see what Big Matt put? Purple blue color on the filter. You have to set your white balance to auto first. It will compensate the color shift. That's interesting. Are you supposed to use that lens in the, I see what you're saying. I see what Big Matt's saying right there. What's up, Michael Blades? How are you? Jody, glad to see you as always. Um, it is an awesome place. Dude, I would have been trying to get up in that damn tower to fly. But anyway, we have to get on. I had the first story that the first, huh? What'd you say, Herman? Oh, okay. Carefully place it on the glass there. Then you lock the temperature. Oh, Kubik says after you do that, then you lock the temperature in. I got you. So you set it to auto to pre-adjust, and then you go back into manual and lock that temperature in. Now that's okay. I've never used one of those lenses before, so I would not know. But they say you learn something new every day. This first story here is not new. I mean, it's a new story because it was put out on the 10th, but the object in the story goes, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a plane that flies like a bird. or should I say it's a bird that flies like a plane? I don't know, but it's called Rowbird. And before I put the video, what Rowbird is, um, they're
Uh-huh.
using it at an airport in North Dakota, and it is a peregrine falcon. It's shaped and the size of a peregrine falcon and actually travels up to 27 miles per hour. Now, what's cool about this is they are using this Rowbird to scare birds away from the airport. And Herman, you know, we live near airports here in the city, and we hear what they call poppers. Well, Mother Nature and birds are starting to get used to that. Those poppers, what a popper is at an airport, it's just a giant speaker or acoustic speaker somewhere, probably, preferably, I guess, waterproof. They have them spread out along the runways. And whenever birds get on a runway or something, they press the button and it just goes boom, real loud, or pops really loud, which scares the birds. Well, not now, but as of lately, bird strikes have been going up in airports and places around the world. This company has created the concept of this bird, or this particular bird, way back, way back in 2016. And let me just play the video. It's a short clip video. It's a 30-second video, but you get the concept. They're actually using this bird, this Rowbird, to
Well, they
scare the
actually,
birds at airports, but not just at airports, along farms also.
no, they actually bought the company.
Yes, they liked it so much. Yes.
They bought the company that someone else had developed this idea. You know, uh, it's it's interesting because they've used uh birds at the airport already to scare off birds from hanging out around the airport. And this is a good idea because now you don't have to worry about having this falcon out there and having to have, I mean there's probably a lot of them out there, but I don't know how many guys out there that's doing this.
Well, they
Just
say
bring
that
out falcons that they can, get a contract to hang out at the airport and
later,
scare away.
Harley. Hey, show.
So, this, I think anybody could launch this thing. And it's
Right,
got,
but what they're saying, being that birds are getting more used to the sounds that we're using, they realize they hear a loud sound, nothing's coming, you know.
yeah,
Hey,
it'll just
Susan
spin
Lee,
around
how
and
are
come
you?
back.
Show, welcome to the live stream. Harley, have a great evening, dude. Have fun with your grandson. Well, they say that the peregrine falcon is actually on 6 of 7 continents around the world. It is a predatory bird that most birds are scared of.
See, here's the thing. Birds don't fly for no reason.
True.
You understand what I'm saying to you? So when other birds see this thing flying, they know that he's hunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Right.
know,
Because we have hawks and we have
uh,
hawks and there are falcons in New York, but we mostly see the red-tailed
but,
hawks,
but
and they're usually perched up somewhere.
what I found
Yes, they're
interesting about
circling
it
looking
is
for food.
it's no different than your FPV drone because you get 5 good minutes of intense flying, but speeds of up to 27 miles per hour, which is what that bird flies at.
Right. Right. And that's funny. Show put locally Canadian geese have no natural predators. And that's funny. That's funny. I've never seen a geese attacked. That's interesting.
So why the
But
hell do they run from everything?
yeah, true. But
They
the
do a lot of
Ariums,
correlation too.
Arium is the company that has brought this Rowbird from the original company, and their partners have reported up to an 80% reduction in bird strikes in year over year. Its mining clients have seen a 75% reduction in bird mortalities at the same in the same sense, but it seems to be working. They're using it for a while. They say that the peregrine falcon is one of the most feared predators in the world, in the bird world.
Mhm.
In the bird world. So,
There's probably so many of them, but what I'm saying to you is, going back to that Canadian geese thing,
yeah.
you telling me that if one of these birds was hanging around by those geese, a real one, he would never attack it? He was hungry.
You see what Andy put? Birds have only flown since 2019 when Noobs first got the Mavic Mini. It's all good. That's funny. Um,
No, but I'm just saying that hey, maybe the birds know something we don't know.
maybe they do. Who knows? Who we have no idea, do we?
Don't eat that. It ain't no good.
Bird World sounds like a special on Netflix. That's funny. But I thought that story would be a little interesting because you can actually buy this thing. It comes with a controller.
Uh-huh.
It 5 minute lifespan, like you said, Herman, and 5 minutes is all you need to clear a runway or a field of unwanted birds.
Launch it like a
That's my problem. If you were by yourself, you could probably hand launch it, have the controller in this hand, and throw it at the same. I know guys who fly FPV now. The new thing now, Herman, is have the radio in one hand, the drone like this. Hold on, I can't see myself on camera. Make sure I'm unframed. But they have the radio here and the drone like this, and they just take it and they throw it.
uh-huh.
That's the new thing now for launching. Did people go up behind a fence somewhere and throw the drone over the fence and fly it line of sight? So I guess you could fly that bird like that with one hand. I've seen a drone pilot take a 3DR solo and do it. Right?
Uh,
I've seen drone pilots do it with different types of drones. So
you
I guess it is possible to hand launch.
you seen a pilot throw a 3DR solo the same way like
A meetup at a meetup that we went to in Calvert Vaux Park in the backfield there. It was a 3DR solo. It was like threw it and hit the full throttle and went and took off.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it were possible. And those are like throwing a cylinder block. Let me find out it's a shot and a drop Sunday. Matt, he don't even drink. No, wait a minute. Matt said he likes a beer every now and then. Birds land on wires to recharge and get firmware updates. Gary, hey,
What
Chad B, what's good, man? How are you? Watching and cooking dinner. We appreciate that.
what happened now?
Gary said birds land on wires to recharge and get firmware updates. We know where we're going with that one. And then Chad B says he's watching and cooking dinner at the same time. So,
No,
and then Matt goes, let me find out. It's a drop and a shot Sunday.
no, this is gonna end up being because this whole bird chat about birds getting firmware updates on wires and this.
No, I know where Gary's going with that. There was someone, or there's a Facebook group. I remember seeing something in the news that people believe the birds were, yeah, being charged by the electrical wires and they weren't real. There's a guy who believes it and he preaches it and he travels around teaching people that all those pigeons you see aren't real or there's, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I remember the story.
You know what?
Big Mac goes tequila.
You know what? You know what? For all of those guys that don't believe that pigeons are real, let me park your car underneath the L.
Underneath the L in New York, right?
Yeah.
And underneath any
I don't
Parking
care what
structure.
borough.
Yes. This
I
is,
don't care what borough it is.
yeah.
You're gonna clean the rubber off of your car when they're finished. Let me park it there overnight. You'll have
That's
a
funny.
you'll have a new finish.
Hey, hey, Dynasty, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. Well, here's something else. All right. We know since the evolution of drones have been doing good for a lot of people and a lot of things out there. And we know that as drones get better, they do better work for people and environments or whatever. And this story goes has something to do with drones and high resolution lenses and protecting wildlife around the world. Quantum Systems and Wilderness International in Peru
Mhm.
um, highly endorse this. I mean, this is what most of the story is about. How now drones can see so well, and the fact that they're using lidar and things like that. Not only are we mapping, they're using drones to map the tops of rainforests, but we've done stories, Herman, on the drones that are mapping under the rainforest, cleaning the rubber, huh, Herm? LOL, cool, Bic. No, I haven't seen Billy Kyle's crash video.
Oh,
Oh, Gary says the bird droppings on your car contain tracking chips. He said, wow. But getting back to the story, it talks about drones that are equipped with high resolution lenses are a great tool for not only mapping, but looking at wildlife, natural spaces, rainforests, all of this stuff that we didn't have access to or weren't able to access. We have access to because of these high powered lenses. All the time we're talking about lenses as commercial drone pilots. The 1 inch sensor versus the 1 in 1/3 or 1 in 1/7. You know,
yeah.
that's what it's all about. And what do you say, Herman? The bigger the eye,
You better to see.
the better you can see, right?
Yeah, well, with this, it's crazy because you know they've reported how much. I mean, it's over 10,000 different species become extinct every year. And with the knowledge that they can gain by using this technology, can can put a stop to that. You know,
Yeah.
talk about the accuracy of some of these lenses. Down to the
The centimeter.
the centimeter, right? And the usage of lidar for 3D imagery, and we know about the multispectral, for science and stuff like that. But yeah, if they can use this technology to save some of the species that are lost. And look, they talk about deforestation. That's a major problem across the world. You know, this is a technology that could be used, and if it can help, it,
Well, because of drones, and this is what the story's highlighting. Because of drones' capabilities to see better and better and go further and further, they're just helping man that much more. Um, they say they can map entire rainforests now because of drones can go higher. They can go higher because they can see better, and if they can go higher, they can cover more land. Um, the best part about that is now they're slowly introducing LiDAR. Now, for those of you who don't know what LiDAR is, it's a light emitting radar that shoots thousands and thousands of lasers at an object. And as they bounce back, it can tell the distance of that object. And LiDAR is supposed to be incredibly accurate now. And not only is it accurate, but you can get real-time results. So as you're mapping, you get to see the data in real time as the drone is seeing it. So if the drone sees it now, 1, 2, 3, maybe in 3 to 5 seconds, that data is formulated in a computer, so you can see a 3D version of it.
Mm-hmm.
As you noticed, one of the stories we did where they're using drones under the rainforest canopy to map the rainforest now.
Well, yeah, they were using drones that can fly under the canopy of the forest as opposed to above the trees, and were able to avoid hitting, uh, being taken out by a tree. Actually, it was just to say that, and able to map the area.
Right, but they're not only just mapping the tree, they're mapping plant life growing on the tree. They're mapping the
Well,
size of leaves
what it was
that have
actually
fallen.
what it was actually for was to able to get images of the soil during different periods.
Adrian Mateo.
Adrian, the different periods of time. Get that
Right.
the photos of the soil at different periods of time, so they can do a comparison and judge like at how and what point when that forest will, you compare them over a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Last year at this time, you know, as opposed to 2 years ago at this time, what was the soil like? And they were
Right.
comparing photos that way.
Or why is this tree leaning this way? 2 years ago, this tree wasn't leaning in this direction. Now it is.
Well,
And they can right, they can detect all of that stuff. Andy Cortez, and thank you so much for coming in and hanging with us. We appreciate you.
What's good, Adrian? All right, Andy.
Yeah, thank you, man. Adrian Mateo, man. What's good, brother? How are you? You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to hit up Adrian Mateo. I think next Sunday I'm going to have him come on here. I want to have him come on here. We haven't had Aunt Adrian on here. I'm trying to I don't think we've had Adrian on here. That'll be nice to have him on. Adrian, put a 1 if you want to come on, if you're interested in coming on the live stream next Sunday. And put a 0 for hell no, we won't go. But I'm just playing, bro. But the story goes on to say that Quantum Systems International showcase precisely how important the technology is in protecting wildlife. Because now that we don't have to send a man out there to get bit by poisonous snakes and eaten by jaguars and things like that, you can send a drone through. You can send a drone through. They have the Trinity F90 Plus drone. Now I just clicked on the link. Let's see if it comes up. Here we go. So you guys can see what I'm looking at right here. I had to accept the cookie.
Their company offers a service.
Yes, Quantum Systems offers a service, and this is actually one of the birds. This is right here, one of the birds that they offer, and this one is actually the one in the story. It's a VTOL. Yes, this is a Trinity F90 mapping drone. I don't know what the lifetime is, but if that big box is what dude carries, you need a cargo van to carry it, but that's okay. If you're doing mapping of large areas, you don't want a drone that fits in the palm of your hand. You want something big that's going to stay up there, right?
You can't do it with the Mini.
You can probably map with the Mini, but you won't get much. Here we go. Look, there's a payload option for high-tech cameras. You have different. They have 3 of them. The Scorpion. Hey, let's check out.
Well, you know what?
That looks badass. Look at that.
Those like up in the same range as where Autel went with the what was that? The dragonfish? What was the name of that?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. That's basically the same. That's basically the same thing.
It was not the same thing, but it's in that class.
It's that class of drone. Yes. This is true. Hold on, I didn't even see what Adrian said. I didn't even see what he said. Hey, I would appreciate that. All right, I'll hit you up during the week, Adrian. So I guess you guys know Adrian Mateo is going to be a guest now. Adrian, we are one of the only live streams out there to give you homework before you come on the live stream. So when we do our stories, you can sit and converse with us and give us your opinion on that story. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot, but
Blue socks.
what happened?
Yeah, you have to know why Lawrence wears blue socks and stuff like that.
Why wear blue socks? That's funny. I need two of them. Okay.
Me too, or what?
I don't know. I missed the conversation. Not two blue socks. But the fact that they're using these drones to map. Now the camera on that particular drone that we just showed from Quantum Systems, the camera is a 42 megapixel shooting at 5 by 8K. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 5 by 8K. So you might as well say it's an 8K camera with alongside a 35 millimeter lens that can capture 102 meters by 68 meters. Now you're talking camera stuff. You're talking Chinese to me, but I'm assuming that the 35 millimeter has a nice lens on it as well. The pictures are taken with an overlap of 80%. That's interesting. If you
What are you looking at?
down below the graphic of the drone,
Uh-huh. On
the specs of it are talking about its 8K, 42 megapixel, and the lens of the 35 millimeter can capture 102 meter by 68 meters. That's a pretty good field of view if that's what they're talking about. Like I said, I don't know much about cameras.
okay.
You're talking Chinese to me.
Okay, it's the field of view and the focal length.
Okay, that's what it is. Field of view and focal length.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Okay.
Stevie, Capture Life Connection. Are you still in Puerto Rico, man? Stevie's still down in Puerto Rico, I bet.
Traveling man.
Yeah, that's good. That's what's up. That's what's up. But Adrian Mateo, I will hit you up during the week, bro, and let you know. But we'll confirm everything for next week Sunday. Because I'm like, wait a minute.
You need to have Stevie back up here to hang out.
When Stevie gets off tour, he can come hang out with us. I would like that. Night Train FPV. There aren't many non-Chinese cameras. You have a valid point, Mike.
No?
There aren't many non-Chinese cameras. Think about it. If you started naming them off the top of your head.
That's not true. That's not true. You got and there's
I got a great video coming up.
What's the name of the other one over there? There's off the top of my head, there's I can tell you about 3 of them, but if I can remember the name of them, I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, I'm changing the format up a little bit tonight. Usually we do a news story, but we're gonna do a story on a video. Now I need to set up the video because unlike there are places, everyone, when you think about surfing, you think about Hawaii, and Hawaii has the biggest waves. Well, that happens during certain times of the year. This story is on Tihupu. Keep in mind, Tihupu.
Don't do it.
Tahiti. Okay. And what these guys are doing, the waves are so big that they have to use jet skis. Jet skis to catapult them into the waves so they can surf it. But I wanted to show this video because this has got to be pretty close to one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Go ahead, Herman.
Jobs?
Yeah, jobs. I mean, some of the worst are in countries where you have to be private security for diplomats or whatever. But in America, or well, around the world, this has got to be pretty dangerous because the guys that are rescuing this guy that wipes out. Well, anyway, you'll see,
I
and
understand that.
you'll see what I'm talking about.
But,
And
but what about the other people?
uh,
But what about the other people?
well, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Now, keep in mind there are spectators watching this in boats. So when you guys see, I'm setting it up right now, but these are the surfers. They start way out here. These are the waves that they line up for. They hit speeds of however fast they have to get, and they get propelled into the wave, and that's how they go. Anyway, watch this really quick. Watch this guy right here, where my mouse is. Follow him. He's going to get catapulted in, right?
So,
Now, here's the wave starting to form. Now, this is cool. Hawaii style, you know, Hawaii 5 music, everything. Wave hits him. He comes out of it. Guy, now, hold on. I want to pause. These are all spectators and surfers waiting to get their turn to go or whatever. But check out, dude. He wipes out. Board goes this way. There he is swimming, right? Now, here comes the jet ski to rescue him. Why I wanted to show this video is because you got to be a hell of a swimmer. Now they're coming in to rescue him. They're supposed to grab him. The undertow carries him away, and now the jet skiers get effed up. Plain and simple. The jet ski is over here somewhere. You don't even see the men.
now, Lawrence, technically,
There's the jet ski. Oh, there's a man. There's a jet ski. Man here, jet ski there. Now go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
technically,
going to
in a
stop it and set
situation
up.
like that, in a situation like that, you don't need to be a good swimmer. You just need to be a good breath holder and hope you run into rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need to be.
Well,
Because the water's going to take you wherever the hell it wants to take you, no matter whether
yes,
you're
it
a good
is.
swimmer or not.
Yes, dude. Yes, it is. Now, I want to set up
You
the.
can't
Hey,
win that.
Barry. Hey, Barry. What's up? How are you? Now, I want to set up the next thing. Now, remember, I showed the spectators, right? Well,
Yeah.
you
Well,
got to be out your damn rabbit
that's not.
mind.
I don't know what kind of sport you
Go
because
ahead. Go ahead. Keep talking. But here's another surfer,
but
right? He
I
wipes out.
get that, but I saw the whole video,
Here's the spectators.
right? It looks to me when I was looking at it, the spectators just look like, some of that wacky world of sports kind of stuff.
Right, but now keep in
Yeah,
mind
look at
there are
this.
surfers on here. I think a few of them are rescue, but there are some with surfers, and everyone else is spectators. Now, I want to point out they're also positioned so that as the wave breaks, they just ride over it and they're not affected. Check this out. Here it's coming up again. First spectator, Bert. There's a surfer, jet ski, surf with a retrieval board. Now that's how they're sitting there watching these guys surf from that vantage point and getting towed back through. Look at these boats here in the distance. This is what I'm saying. This is ridiculous. This is why I don't play around with large bodies of water. You shouldn't be out there doing that shit. I'm telling you. I don't know what the chat's doing because I can't see the chat because I'm showing the video, but this is unacceptable. If there were a way you would say Lawrence would possibly die, this would not be one of them. This
Oh
would
man,
definitely not be on the list. Here's another guy I
this is
just want to
crazy.
point out. Now, these guys are great surfers. Keep in mind, now the jet ski, he goes to the top of the wave. Look how way up he is. Now, this wave is still building. Jet skier is gone. He's on his own. Watch him jump up and shoot through the water. Hold on, right about. Nope, that's not the one. But usually, there he is, right there. They eject themselves out of that plume. The board goes one way, the guy goes another way. I mean, this is insane. Here's another one. On and on and on.
Man.
Right, but it looks like even more spectators have come.
Never would
But
I.
as they get caught in the water, somehow they shoot the board up into the air.
Uh,
And this guy was flying a DJI FPV drone, and this is drone related. Here's another guy. So Look at these waves. If he doesn't, the FPV pilot doesn't watch these waves, he could get taken out. They're at the same height as him. Now he's below this wall of water. This guy just flipped out of the way. He bailed out. But what happens if the board busts somebody in the head that's on a boat?
Hey,
What, casualty?
shouldn't have been there.
But I just thought I would show this video because the beginning where this guy's got wiped out. There's another drone here I just saw in the camera. Someone with an FPV drone there. There's another one. There's a guy in the beginning with a Phantom. You see, they get out here. I'll record that from land with no problem.
You put the drone way out there to catch that?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I would do that, but I wouldn't be out there.
Would you get on one of those boats that's out there with the
Herman, now you know I don't play with large bodies of water. It's not happening.
one of those
Plain and
wacky
simple.
world of sports boats?
If you guys want to see this video in its entirety with sound,
World's most funniest videos.
hey Robert Glazer, how are you? If you want to see this video with
One
sound,
of those
here's
things.
the link. Like I said, I just thought it caught my eye. Quadcopters in tech, how are you?
Mhm.
It's the things we do for adrenaline, right, Herman?
Yeah.
You know, I used to get an adrenaline rush when I flew camera drone. I don't. I get an adrenaline rush now when I fly FPV. If I go to a new place that I've never been before, I
Mhm.
get an adrenaline rush and have to calm myself down. Now, the next story we got to get into. This will get the guys chatting in the room and talking. DJI. We know DJI just released a Mini 3. We know DJI is talking about releasing a Sin Whoop drone. And we know DJI has leaked pictures of an Inspire 3, right? Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of history. It's been 6 years since DJI has did any updates or anything for the Inspire 2. The Inspire 2 is still on Lightbridge, right, Herman?
Lightbridge too.
Lightbridge 2. The Inspire 1 was on Lightbridge. The Inspire 2 is on Lightbridge 2. No drone has come out with Lightbridge 2 after that, which is strange. Correct me if I'm wrong. But these are some pictures. I have some pictures here that
No, that and the Phantom 4 Pro was the last
Lightbridge versions.
Lightbridge 2 drones.
Right, the V2 was on Lightbridge 2, right?
No,
No?
no.
No? Okay.
The
I am wrong.
the 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 original Mavic came out and that had OcuSync.
Right.
OcuSync and Lightbridge were running at the same time because the Phantom 4 was out, the Phantom 4 Pro was out, and
Okay.
the Mavic was out. It came
Okay.
out shortly after because the Inspire 2 and the Phantom 4 Pro were released on the same day.
All right, I got you.
They introduced the 1-inch sensor and the
Hey, Max there.
sensors all around on the obstacle avoidance, all around on the
Mhm.
drone. And they came out with the Lightbridge 2. They went from Lightbridge to Lightbridge 2. And after that, they had the Mavic series came out shortly after that with the OcuSync. Then when they came out with the Mavic 2, which they came out with the OcuSync 2, that's when they put the OcuSync 2 in the Phantom 4 Pro and came out with the V2.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad you being a Phantom, I love Phantoms too, but you seem to know the history a lot more than I do. But I have some pictures here. So all of you guys that are into speculating and stuff, I have some pictures of the Inspire 3 after the accident. And I thought I had a video with a guy walking with, I need to find that. But I thought I had a picture of a guy. Oh, I showed that last week. But here's the first picture that I have. And I just want to say this is the views and opinions heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel and or in the chat, meaning this is only speculation and from observation. of what I've seen. But these seem to be graphite arms, which this one seems to be broken here on this camera. I noticed the battery bay here. Also, the gimbal is disconnected. This is a main wire here. These were all pictures that were leaked from the drone. Okay. This one isn't too descriptive, except I see carbon fiber was broken here. The gimbal, huh?
I'm saying,
The gimbal was ripped out from down here. And these are all from the crash. Now, I'd be interested to know what this clear plastic panel was, but I'm noticing right here the DJI logo. I don't know what that top door is, maybe for an SD card, SD cards, data transfer. I have no idea. I'm not building it. I'm just saying this is what these, go ahead.
It looks like an unfinished product.
Right, right.
Someone
But this crash really showed what it would look like if you crash one of these, because here's the broken gimbal. There's the washers. These are the rubber washers. This is the gimbal that broke off that was supposed to be holding, I'm guessing, that part of the camera. They effed up this bird. And I doubt it was intentional, and maybe it might have been. You want to crash your products to see what happens to them in a major crash. But this is a photo I wanted to point out more than anything else. Right here. Oh, it's not right there. This looks like your FPV lens. And I'm only saying that because the camera and gimbal are down here. So it's separate FPV camera. Plus, this looks like it tilts up and down. But these are definitely motion bottom sensors on the bottom.
Well, the Inspire series always had an FPV camera on it.
Yes, but it was a little tiny one. It was at 1 1/3. This one actually, right, but this one seriously looks like a beefy 1-inch sensor for FPV. Which would make sense, Herman. I'm just saying, I'm speculating.
That would be nice. I mean, they are doing bigger. They are going bigger and bigger now.
They are going big. That's exactly my point. Where we used to have a 1 1/7 inch sensor for FPV, and it was in the middle, very tiny. Now they're showing this 1-inch sensor. One other picture, not this one, because I don't even know what the hell this one is a picture of. Looks like the rear end, and I can't read anything Asian. But this one also, this is one of the feet. And I wanted to point out this right here, obstacle avoidance sensor on the foot. So you figure this thing has 4 legs. You put one of these on each side, that would give it a full circle.
Right. Well,
depending on the field of view. If you gave each one of these 120-degree view, the 120-degree field of view would overlap into the other cameras.
Now, Mark,
that 360. Huh?
I don't know if you remember with with some of the renders that were out there for the Mavic 3. When they were talking about having sensors in
right,
all 4 of the legs of the drone.
Yeah, I remember that.
I can see something like that here in that sensor on the leg. I don't know. Is it on all 4? You can't tell because you don't.
Exactly. That's true. It may be on the 2 front and not the rear. But it would be stupid not to do it.
I would like to know what's wrong with the drone.
After the crash, right?
No. Why it crashed.
Okay, show. Enjoy your dinner. We appreciate you coming through.
Why it crashed, that all those sensors and big ass FPV camera on it. They wasn't able to see much. They ran into something more.
Yeah, I know. They were very selective on. They were very selective on those pictures.
I mean, it's a bunch of pictures that were taken, probably all of them on the same day.
Yeah, I'm more than sure of it, but they were very specific in what they showed. And that's what I would be interested to know, if someone could have read this. The writing on the side. That would be That would be cool if I could hold up a translator to it and it translate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And you
mean,
could see, but it probably wouldn't make sense anyway because we wouldn't know what parts they're talking about. Bob Casey, how are you, sir? The little llama Laura, welcome. Also,
so
Johnny
Bob,
Drone Flyer, how are you? Happy Sunday to everyone. It is 6:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we just finished showing some pictures of the Inspire 3
mhm.
that the supposed Inspire 3 is supposed to be out. We never see the final product until it comes out. I can read it. Yeah, I don't know what it says.
You can read it.
Well, if you say so, but
Who?
you're familiar
No,
with
anybody can read it. So who you know anybody can read it?
Oh, I can't read it. It just looked like a bunch of lines and shapes to me, not reading another language. But Herman, you're familiar with Teal drones, right?
Yeah.
You remember Teal drones? They one of the few companies that are added to the new blue. They've been on the blue UAS list.
They've been there.
Yes, well, their company, their their company, Red Hat.
Red cat.
Yes, Red Hat is launching a new drone program called Four Ship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those of you who don't know what Four Ship is, not I'm not saying for shit, for ship.
No,
HIP. I just have to put that out there just in case people are wondering. But use Google Translates camera. Google Translates camera. I never used that. Never tried it. I'm gonna have to try that. But anyway, Teal Drones is launching something called Four Ship. And Four Ship is a drone swarm system that consumers can buy. Now, they are designing this. This system is called Four Ship. It is made so that one pilot can operate four drones at a time.
mm-hmm.
Okay, we've heard of swarming, and it goes on to talk about when you think of a drone swarm, you think of the drone light shows and things like that, like Intel does. Intel, by the way, holds the world's record for the world's drones, largest drone light show, where the most drones flown simultaneously. Okay, so they hold the world's record, but this goes on. Teal is saying they just do what they're told. They're programmed, and each drone does what it's told. And after it does what it's told, it comes back down and lands. And this four ship application says a lot of people have seen light shows and demonstrations that companies like Intel have done for big events. With those swarms, everything is pre-programmed and pre-choreographed. So if its usefulness doesn't extend beyond a single light show, what else can they do but other than light shows? But these four Teal drones that they have, they've already done tests. This video I did have queued up, but it played.
Well, Lawrence,
Yeah.
what I found interesting about this, the company focused on the development of Golden Eagle, and that was
Right.
their main focus, was the development of that. And
Mm-hmm.
once they have gotten that development down pat, they were able to manipulate what Golden Eagle is able to accomplish and do. Um, the thing about it is you have not just say a swarm of drones and say performing light shows like you mentioned. These four drones are designed to, or they have the capability of performing a certain task, and while one drone is doing one thing, another drone can be doing another thing because it is
Exactly.
the drone what it is doing, and they know what each other are doing. So one drone can be performing one portion of
They're
it
aware of each other. I was trying to
as well as what was that?
Go ahead. I was trying to show some footage, but
You know,
now I
one
see.
drone can be performing one task while another drone is performing another task, and they're communicating within each other as to what they are doing.
Now
And that's what I found
I
interesting
want
about
to point something out. It's true because they talking about having four drones map an object as opposed to one drone doing it. But more so, I want to point out this monster controller right here. Because this controller needs to have a screen for all four cameras. So this pilot can see all four drone cam pictures as well as telemetry on each and every drone that he's flying that is flying.
Well,
But
he's flying with a television screen with buttons on it.
yeah, I agree. But if you guys want to see the video, I suggest you check it out. It's just a little too, they have too much talking in it for me to show anything influential. But think about this. It looks and sounds cool. It was for the Lucky Charms commercials. Well, think about this. If it takes one drone 45 minutes to map something or scan something 3D, four drones, you could cut down the time to a quarter of that per drone. You know, and there's the story goes on to say that right, but they also go on to say that Teal, this is the only drone swarm system that can be purchased by consumers. Okay. I think that's cool. I would love to operate four drones at one time. The thing is, what kind of job could I find for them? Roof inspection. Um, there are numerous things. This is what the control interface looks like right here. Hold on a second. This is a control interface right here. Now, right, this one actually has four drones connected. There's another four drones connected, and here's a fifth. What they were pointing out is as the battery gets low on this drone right here, it can go into land mode, and they have a deal that you can buy four drones, and they have a different deal where the four drone setup comes with two extra. So if one gets low on battery for whatever it's doing, it will land, and you will have a backup drone to go up into the air, which means these things can stay in the air continuously doing what they're doing as long as you swap out batteries.
Gotcha.
And each one of these right here are different drones. See 42 for say mean sea level 4,200 feet. I meters, I'm guessing. It says feet here actually. 4,200 feet. I guess they're playing around with the numbers or whatever, but you see each drone is at a different altitude. Well, these two are at the same, but I could see using an interface like this just to be able to fly more than one drone. That would be fun in itself. Unfortunately, FAA says you cannot fly more than one at a time. I know, unless you have a special license.
What's the special license?
What's the special license?
Yeah.
It's called money. But this is the video here. I would suggest watching it. It's interesting because as technology gets better, you're going to be able to do more and more and more with these drones, right?
Yeah,
At
because
least that's the way I'm thinking about it.
well, you know, you're talking about four drones, right? And if you have, like I said, area in the map,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that one drone, well, not say one drone, each drone is communicating with one another,
They're aware of each other,
where
yes.
they are in position in space.
Mm-hmm.
So you can map an area in
No time.
half the time, I guess it will take you to do, to do it,
Well,
regular.
that's what I was saying. The fact that you can, if a drone takes 45
What
minutes,
the drone flies, but
if a drone takes 20 minutes to map a wind turbine, if you have four of them, you'd
Mhm.
cut that down into 5 minutes per drone. And I don't know how the workflow would go, but I'm assuming if you put a drone on each side and have
Well, it
each
depends
side
on how many
mapped,
battery,
huh?
depending on how many flights you have to take. to accomplish it.
True. Well, from what I understand, mapping a wind turbine, I have seen a guy, I've been watching some mapping videos, and one guy says, depending on the wind,
Mhm.
he uses anywhere from 2 to 3 batteries for a wind turbine. And we're talking a wind turbine that's only maybe 60 feet in the air, not one of the larger ones.
60 feet in the air.
It wasn't a real, they weren't real wind turbines. Huh?
That's not that high.
No, I know that. It's only it was close to 6 stories. I have to agree with you, quadcopters in tech. Most of us have a hard enough time dealing with one drone, having to deal with 4. But
Well, that's the thing. If you notice, technology is going more and more automated based.
mm-hmm.
More as you would call what you might call artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
The software is a cause, and we talked about this. We started talking about this a long time ago. And a lot of this has to, is all entangled with, to make it a little easier for you, simple. We talk about beyond visual line of sight. Well, we knew that this wasn't going to happen until the sensors and the cameras on these drones got better. They're getting better. Technology is allowing and capable for more and more of this software for these drones to be able to operate more autonomously. Right now, DJI as well as Skydio have software right now where you just basically pretty much are just telling the drone what you want the pictures of, and it'll just do it itself.
right. Yeah.
So it's becoming more and more autonomous with these drones and using these things for workflows.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like it.
Get out.
I like it a lot. I like the fact that now businesses are saying, all right, we have software for doing this, we have software for doing that, but now we have software and drones that can do it even faster.
Yeah, but there's only one problem.
What's that?
When it goes wrong,
Oh yeah.
Ask who's the remote pilot in command.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you have 4 times the tragedy factor because you got 4 drones in the air, so you have 4 times.
And now, doesn't it? I mean, won't you? So I wonder how that works, because on the 107, you're only allowed to use one drone.
Right, under 107.
Special waiver, I guess.
I'm thinking so also.
Well, do because you're trying to exceed the rules of 107.
Sorry, I had to leave a message.
What are you doing?
No, I had to leave a message, so I muted myself briefly.
You muted yourself.
Yeah, briefly.
To do what?
Okay, see, quadcopters in tech had showed me this. You can translate that stuff. It still means Chinese to us.
What did it say?
Hold on, I'll pull it up on Messenger. He was saying you could use Google Translator and show it, and that would be a way you could look at it. And I was saying I never used Google Translator, so he sent me a photo of one of the stickers that were on the picture in Chinese, and this is what it says, which still makes no sense, but this is it. TXU transmitter data download. TX. The LS, I have no idea. Link test barometer, polyhedron calibration, firmware version check, servo function. This is all of the stuff that was on the side of
Okay, so basically
SDR voice test, GPS by star, and E-Tech test.
It's a checklist for
the drone. Yes, right. Yes. It seems like a checklist that they had to check off, and big package upgrade, turntable sense calibration.
So we know that they have issues in the first two, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
And we know that we have a problem in the servo function.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because that drone didn't land, it crashed.
Uh-huh. Right. And apparently something was a little off kilter. Thank you for that, Tony. I appreciate that.
Oh, we're gonna have a problem with the servos anyway because the drone legs is busted up, so we have to replace that.
Oh, sorry I messaged you well live. Don't worry about it, little llama. It's okay. I will definitely check out the video after the live stream. I
Yeah.
enjoy watching people's videos. It's just not enough time in a day, really. Which FYI, Herman, you remember I flew I went to
Yes.
Pennsylvania to go fly to Philadelphia to go
Mhm.
fly the Bethlehem steel stacks.
Uh-huh. You went to
Well,
Pennsylvania.
tomorrow a short video will be launching of that. But
Oh,
like I said, I was limited to flying, so I had to I was so overwhelmed by the place being so big and pissed that there was a 200-foot ceiling
mhm.
that I did a lot of flybys back and forth past it at different altitudes. And then I got pissed because as I was leaving, I should have flew through some of that stuff. So now I need to plan a trip to go back there to fly FPV. So either I'll lose a drone or get some really good footage.
Is that
What's
what
good, feet on the ground, Rob? Off on holidays tomorrow. They get to celebrate. I don't know what you're celebrating, Rob, but I know you're saying you're going away on a road trip. So enjoy your vacation. Definitely enjoy your vacation. Um, I got a video,
enjoy?
a one shot video,
Of what?
and
Of what?
just an FPV at a Village greengrocer, the root cellar, and it's shot in ultra wide.
Ultra
And I need to experiment with this ultra wide because I like the way it came out. What I mean by ultra wide is if you look at the screen now, I just put it up on screen, most YouTube windows stop about here where my mouse is. This one is way over here. So this is how the video is shot in ultra wide. Enjoy. It's only a minute and something long. But they haven't come up. This is a supermarket. I like the steam effect he added to make it look like flying through. Everybody's
wide?
working. It was flown. This must be before
What it say?
Herman in retail. By the end of the day, the stores be effed up. The internet connection is unstable. What is it about to explode?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you saw that, right?
Hmm.
What kind of crap is that? But anyway, this is their local grocery store. Um, I thought it was flown pretty well. It's a one shot.
Hit him with some broccoli.
Hit them with some broccoli. Broccoli hurts until you could soften that shit. But it's nice. It's a nice fly through. It's nice and smooth. It looks like a commercial.
What kind of place is this?
This is a local grocery
This is
store.
not in New York.
No, this is definitely not New York. Not that
I
clean.
don't know.
Not that clean.
All those gross, those nice produce.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But all of the produce, yes. Now, one thing I didn't realize I was wondering why the guy was walking in slow motion. They did not slow it down, so I'm going to play it back. The root cellar. Here, watch how slow this guy starts walking. He's flying normal. The guy slows down like a robot, and then that's the end of the video there. It is called the root cellar, and it is in, hold on, Victoria, British Columbia, which would explain it. That definitely wasn't here in the States, Herman. Which is sad, but what can you say? right?
Uh,
Hmm?
It is what it is. I
Yeah, it is. It is.
but I like the video.
Yeah, it was done. It was done well. I mean,
The whole grocery.
and the fact that it was shot in ultra wide, I don't know
It
if
just
my
brings out the you get more. And plus, you see, if you
it adds to the field of view.
right, but I don't know if you noticed on the on well, the video is hard to tell. But if you would stop it in certain places, you'll notice the depth of field in certain things is funny.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. I understand. Rob, feet on the ground, you and Sue, I hope you guys have a great vacation, man. Or holiday as it's called outside of the United States.
Uh-oh.
And make sure you take pictures. Make sure you take plenty
Going
of pictures,
anywhere?
man.
Where they
Huh?
go? Where they going?
They're traveling. I know got some. I saw a picture of some camping gear and stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
so they are going out.
They going camping.
Yeah.
All right.
Bob Casey, I would like to play it, but I have it queued to
What?
I guess he said play it. The video. I have it queued to launch
His video
tomorrow
or
at
your
7
video?
a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you know what?
What?
Hmm.
See, that's
Let's
why you got to make a short, so you could always show a preview of your.
actually, I was just thinking about that, showing a preview of it. Hold on. One, two, three, four. Let's see if I could pull up some of it. Hold on. I'll show a brief clip if it'll load. Here,
Mm-hmm.
letting it catch up. Okay.
What do you got? What do you got?
What do I got? What I got? Can you see it? Oh, you can't see if I don't share, right?
Nope.
I don't share, you can't see Jack. And this is how we'll end the live stream with
How?
well, with a real short of the video I'm launching tomorrow. This is Bethlehem Steel. This is Bethlehem Steel Factory. They call these the steel stacks. This place is huge. When I say huge, a,
When you say
at least a 3 mile train passed us, and it went off into the distance and was back here. But anyway, let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Hold on.
that's a lot of train.
A lot of train, yeah. Hold on a second. I need to share it so that it says I can share sound. So hopefully that'll work. All right, let's see.
Really?
You've been did an extensive search to find some music appropriate. The place was humongous. Now, I want to point something out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I missed it. Sorry. I
What?
kind of blew that, but you get the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow morning it'll launch. And you can watch it in its
That's
entirety.
the music that's on the
Huh?
video.
What happened?
That's the same music on the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I tried to find something appropriate from the time that I was kind of trying to show, but it should be all right. But anyway, it's almost that time, Herman.
So what we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
What else you got?
What else I got? Okay, I got some stuff I could show you.
What else you got? No, I don't
Hold
mean
on a second. Hold on a second. Let me
video.
see. Here it is. I could show this photo
No other
that you
stories.
told me. This photo here that you told me to turn the camera to the right a little. This one
Oh.
here. I shot this photo last night. I was actually going to get just these buildings here And Herman was like, no, no, turn it to the right so I could get this glass building in the back. But this is where we were flying when we had to meet up yesterday.
That's not the shot I told you to get.
That's not the one. I thought this was the one.
Nope.
You guys can still see the screen? Okay. But we were down here in this little treed area right here. And this was one of the favorite shots
The
I
shot
got
I
from.
told you to get was the other one.
Hold on. Let's go here. Let's go here and see. Come on. See, this is what I was saying about my computer screwing up, man. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it'll work in 3 seconds or it'll take 10 seconds to do whatever the hell I'm trying to do. Which kind of sucks.
Can't wait till they finish these two buildings because there's like
Oh, see, now it did it. As soon as I
promenade right in the middle there, and there's a glass enclosure. Like
hold on a second.
There's a walkway.
Hold on.
Between the two buildings.
I'm gonna pull it up now.
Now,
if this is what you're talking about, right?
I can't see it, but
now you can see it.
No.
Okay.
Well,
not this.
Actually, yeah. Well, yeah. The picture that you had before is it?
This
I'm
one.
Sorry. The other one. The other one is the right one. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't see the way the screen opens up. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, but I just had sort of light.
No, the way the screen opens up, I didn't actually see it.
Oh.
But yeah. You see this building here? This was the first one, right? The big one with the two cylinders on the top, and then this one here.
Yeah.
This one,
right here.
The one with the enclosure with the water tanks.
Right here.
Yeah, that one was the first one.
This was the first building put up here, and now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up here.
Because I remember we used to
in a span of 3 years, Herman.
We used to fly this building.
Yeah, from down here, from the park behind.
No. From Hunters Point.
Oh, that's right, from Hunters Point over here.
You and I flew Hunters Point Park before Hunters Point Park
right here
open.
Before this place was here, this was just an open park. I'm trying to find a picture here. You see this? Oh, that's a raw picture.
Yeah, here we go.
This here. For those of you who don't know,
these buildings are.
All of these buildings were not here. It was just this park. And we're talking in a period of 3 years. In 3 years, you added this and
before the park,
these buildings here.
Now you see,
this was the only one. You're right, Herman.
Go back to that other shot again. That other Queens. Now you see where all of this, where they're building that new building.
Right here in the back, yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, okay. If you look on the other side, there's 2 more blocks over.
Yeah.
One of the companies I worked for was right out of that area. We worked on the 7 line.
Okay, on the 7 train, which is back in this area somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that was the hub.
This is Long Island City. I didn't realize how clean everything was.
But look, Long Island. The whole thing is Long Island City. This
that's true.
And this Gotham, whatever they call it, right here on the edge. That's all the names that they named all of this area that was all part of Long Island City.
I know. But it's hard to believe all of this wasn't here 3 years ago.
Well,
these buildings
some warehouses and stuff here, and then as companies move,
and these buildings,
it's just like all along in Brooklyn, like I've been saying along from in many of the videos. You know, those companies, the factories move and gone. Even Domino Sugar Factory. You know, Schaefer Landing.
Later, Michael.
What do you think was in Schaefer Landing before those buildings were there?
Yeah, warehouses and
no,
debris.
The beer company.
Oh, that's right, Schaefer. Beer company. I forgot about that.
Schaefer Beer.
I forgot the Schaefer Beer factory was right there, man.
Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid. They used to have the big neon signs
that look towards Manhattan.
When you're driving across when you're driving
on the FDR.
You used to be able to see the signs on the Brooklyn and the Queens side.
You're right. You're right. But look, we need to get out of here, man. It's that time. All right.
Yeah,
We
it's my time.
appreciate you all. Thank you much. Don't forget to check out Herman Phantom Flight 101 on his channel
We're gonna be
Wednesday
back
nights,
on Wednesday.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, we thank you again. Be safe, fly safer, everyone.
Good night,
Anything you want to say,
everyone.
Herman?
Good night, everyone. And like Lauren said, we'll see you guys again on Wednesday.
Yep. Later.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.